Hello and welcome everyone to part 48 of the Great Britain Darthmod Let's Play for Empire Total War. Port blockaded Port Glasgow by Persia. Obviously. But that means we could actually have a naval battle this part, which I know a lot of you guys have wanted to see, because I could send my navy to kill them from here. So let's send in the navy, but let's read the rest of the messages first. Let's have a naval battle for this video. So many land ones. For once, let's have a ruddy naval battle, lads. That'll be something. Are they on land? Oh no, for a minute I didn't see the bit of water there. I suddenly thought they glitched on land, which I remember is something that only happens in Rome 2, when you have teremes that try and skate up on the sands. If anyone watched my latest, was it Rome part? Yeah, the transport tereme or bareme, whichever it was, it's kind of skirted around on the sand a bit. It was the Rome part, I just remembered. But anyway, this is Empire. Kind of feel like Captain Kenway now, but I'm not a pirate faction. Been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed 4. You guys be interested in Assassin's Creed 4 videos? Perhaps not like a, well, I don't know, walkthrough. I mean, the thing is, I'm going to keep going with the Batman one. More Batman videos soon, but if I'm honest, it's not exactly that popular. I know some of you are liking it, which is why I'm going to continue, at least finish out the main story, you know. Because I wouldn't want to see that finish unless I'd, you know, complete it at least, and it makes me play the game sort of thing. This guy's in line. God, that is a long, broken up line. Can we not get it a bit tighter, chaps? That's a bit better. There we go. Let's just send them forward like that. Try and just go either side of them. And then we fast forward, because otherwise it will take years to get up there. And these two are already going to crash into each other. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying Assassin's Creed 4. In fact, I'll probably post up a little funny video that I quickly captured earlier. It's actually a bug in the game, but it amused me because it was these two guards just dueling each other forever. And obviously they weren't dying because obviously they were programmed not to actually be able to kill each other. But it did amuse me that that's what was happening. So I'm now doing this manually, and I think I've set them in different rows now. No, I haven't. That's fine. But we've got the Persian Zebeks, which are actually pretty darn decent ships. Thing is, I probably should have just waited in line and let them come toward me. But this is always happens. I never have the wind with me. The great god of the sea farts that controls the wind is never in my favour. The odds are never in my favour. They're never in my favour, Brian. In fact, I'm just going to turn all my ships around now, because then I can catch the wind on the rebound. As such, if I turn drastically round. Just turn all the ships around, turn all the ships around, turn all the ships around, and then we can hit play. Because we're missing the of the broadsides. Let's have a look at some of these ships. So what have I've got mainly fourth rate ships. Fourth rate with a couple of fifth rates thrown in there for good measure. My general and a fifth rate are engaged. But as you can see already, we've done quite a nice bit of damage to with a broadside volley to the Zebek there. It's going to pull a few of these round. And in fact probably getting a few of them just to stop, although these guys need to get slightly further over that way, because otherwise they're not going to be in range. This one is actually in a good position now that he's turned around, because he can do a lot of damage to this little brig back here, and probably the fifth rate too. And I always let my ships fire broadsides automatically, because I've always found that does a lot more damage, and we've managed to hit one of their sails and do a reasonable amount of damage as well. And I'm actually going to get that one to just plant his bottom there, get the rest of them now to start sailing kind of this way, so that brings them round in front of the Persian forces. Bring this one round slowly, slowly, slowly. This one's going to get broadside here, and we're going to stop you there. Just the rest of them kind of all clumping round, so they're quite close, but they can all do the damage if need be, which is what we need them to do. Zebek, they're trying to like flounder around and turn around now. Don't actually know if the naval AI is good or bad, to be honest, because there's not a lot to it. You just basically have to time your firing and make sure that you've got more ships firing on their ships than they have at yours. I find, unless there is really some key strategy. I know there's a lot of key strategy to when you play multiplayer online. That really does make a difference. Obviously, you've got to keep an eye on the wind direction. That is key. You need the wind gods in your favour. But yeah, I've never really seen a huge amount of tactical play in single player, at least. Mainly, probably because there's not a huge amount of variables. Their ships sail towards yours. You can use the wind to basically vary how effectively they get to you or how quickly you get to them. But that is essentially it. And I'm going to park up this one here as well, that ship there, and I'm going to get this one to move on a little bit because it's now blocking it. This one, I'm going to get my more powerful ships though round the front, where, as you can see, I'm slowly bringing these ones around. I know they're going the completely wrong way to the wind, but eventually they will get into position. And this one's just going to be pulled forward a smidge while still firing. This one can obviously now fire from back here, nicely in, not hit his friend. This one's coming towards us and going to take quite the beating as it comes down. They haven't been able to fire any effective volleys. They've been going around in circles. And now my fleet, which is actually nicely kind of protected by plenty of support from the other ships, is now going to start raining down merry hell. And I can turn this one round now to smack this sloop in the face with a broadside. And if I'm careful, yeah, this one has just fired perfectly through the gap there, and that sloop is down. That is black sloop down. That is a terrible reference. And this one, I'm just going to turn these round to hit this ship here, getting that one to stop. And that one now to stop as well. So the enemy are going kind of straight for me, kamikaze style. They've done quite a bit of damage to my sails. A couple of them a bit ragged looking, but the Zebex, while they do have quite a bit of power behind them, they're not the strongest of things. These ones actually hit over here. These ships aren't actually going to get that much use out of them. But this way I'm kind of protecting my ships and giving that kind of layered assault, which is why I have them in two lines, so that you have them, the second line, just in between the gaps of your ship. So you should basically be able to give a continuous line of broadsides. We've taken out that other ship. We may well capture some of these, which will help our fleets. God knows we need it against the potential attack from the French, which could happen at any moment. This ship has taken a rather big pounding. Not on that side because it's not damaged. I can never tell the right sides. Well, it's not on that side as well. Never work it out. Is that, I assume that... Oh, okay, there we go, the left side. But I think it twiddles round with you. It is difficult to tell which side is actually the damaged one. I assume it's probably this one because it's the one they keep firing at and it's the one that's been exposed to the enemy the longest, but we've taken that one out there, so I'm just going to turn them round anyway. This Zebek here, we need to keep an eye on it, but this brig here, it's just surrendered as well. Turn this ship round to hit it. As with this one, we'll catch the wind as well. This one has lost all of its sails. We managed to actually bring down its sail in the middle. A lucky shot there from the ship. So we're bringing this one round, as you can see. Just swing the broadsides round so they will all start firing. And they're just in range as well to clear the gap, clear the distance before their other friends get involved. Get that one there. This one is turning around anyway. To be honest, I don't think this ship's got enough firepower to damage my fourth rate here too much. Just turning around now to the Zebek there. Oh, wow, that clipped the sails nicely. And this is using round shot, of course. Taking out their rear sail. That's wavering, routing, actually. It's quite concerned, apparently. I'm going to chase after it. Give chase. We've taken out this one now. It's surrendered and on fire. And they're all down. A heroic victory. And that was actually quite a quick naval battle. That's actually... Those naval battles I'm happy with. I mean, that's Darthmod that does that. But I always remember them being incredibly slow and taking forever. And there we go, we can actually claim a lot of these. We can gain the prize money, but actually I don't really need prize money. I will probably get rid of the sloop and the brig. What's that there? That's the fifth rate. That's got to be... Oh, these are Zebeks, aren't they? Zebek. I think the Zebeks are probably worth keeping, but I'm just going to keep the two fifth rates. So add those captured ships there, and then the rest of them I'll gain the prize money from them. Claim the prize, man! Claim the prize, and then let's select them all. We can't replenish unless we get back into a port. Let's go back to Portsmouth, which I live very close to. I live about Well, this isn't a completely good scaled map, but I live... That's Portsmouth over here. I live about there. About 20 minutes away. I could form an army. I was going to form an army up in England, actually, wasn't I? Because France is just here with a lovely big old full stack. But let's check the diplomacy of things. They're not at war with me yet, and I am now allied with Austria, which could potentially have good things, and they actually like me. Which is odd because I'm not reading that they like that. What's this? Other nations' attitudes towards me. Oh, that's other nations to them. Hang on. Selected nations' attitude towards others. Austria. See, they love everyone here but me, so they know they don't like me. They're hostile. Should have read that. Oh, they are plus 175. They don't. They are hostile. Even though they have a positive outlook toward me as such. Even Spain's actually coming around to the idea of me, which is good because it means I can take him unawares. Waha! But for France, we could take out several territories. But if we take Paris, and they are crippled, but it is their ability to use their fleet still, which will cause me merry hell and many a nightmare. We can upgrade that commercial port for now. I'm going to do that. Upgrade the army board here. Oh, we can get things like the green jackets. So let's do that, but then I need to spend the rest of the money where the war is right now, which is in India, of course, where, again, actually, we're upgrading several things here, and I'm going to upgrade the tea warehouse, and I'm going to upgrade the spice warehouse, and then I'm actually going to see if my armies need any help, which they probably do. Where was my army? Where has my army gone? There's one over here. Let's replenish that one, and we're sending them back to Gujarat. We've got the Mughal army here to worry about. And we were going for these guys here, but I'm now actually going to... I'm going to hope that there's not a huge army at Kashmir. No, there's not. Let's take Kashmir. Demand surrender. It's been refused. We will assault them and kill them all. At least I can claim a territory from the Mughals. I don't know if Kashmir is particularly wealthy, but hopefully we can claim a little bit of money from them. Just a smidge. Just a tiny amount. Just a small morsel that will weaken the fighting behemoth that is the Mughal Empire. They're still fighting hard. I mean, I will give the Mughal Empire AI that. They have not gone down. I mean, they were on the brink of extinction at one point. And I mean to say that it's not like they're, you know, surrounded and facing their end at some point, but it's that I'm having to rally new forces just to make sure that this final push actually works well. And, you know, actually happens completely. But anyway, let's form up with my merry band of men. I feel like Robin Hood. My merry band of men. Let's form up with them all here. That's way too many than I normally do. I normally split them in half of that. So let's actually do just that. But then we're going to take one of the grenadiers each to form up our whole unit. Number one, you claim these grenadiers. So yeah, it's just we'll spread all the way across the length of the map. Complete and utter control. Dominate the enemy. Sounds pretty darn good, if you don't mind me saying so, chaps. Or chapettes, if you're a lady watching these videos. Which apparently 9.3% of you are, or you're trying to do that thing where you're a guy, but you want to be a woman online. Kind of like guys that play MMOs, but choose to be the woman character. Mainly because they want to stare at her boobs for a bit. Come on. But I mean, if they're genuinely... I would like to know, actually. That's kind of a question I'd like to know from you guys. If any of you genuinely play MMOs or role-playing games, you know, Skyrim, stuff like that, where you can choose your own character and you can choose the sex of your character, why is it that, if this is what you do, why is it that you choose to play as a female character? And beyond the usual reasons, unless that is the only reason, that you just want to stare at their boobs. I mean, be honest. If that's what you want to do, you know, men have needs. We all have those needs. We all have those urges. Yep, it happens, even in a video game. But genuinely, I would honestly like to just know, is that why people play as female characters? Like, not when we're talking about there's like any note, obviously, like bonus playing as a female character. But why do guys do that? Is it to lure? Is it to kind of toy with other guy players playing, to think that they've kind of met a, you know, sexy female gamer or something like that? What is that about? And we have camel nomads coming in, and I'm gonna die. You see, I form square and pulling these guys back. I'm like, run, run, run from the camels, run from the nomadic camels. They're horrible, horrible things. Should die, and I'm glad when I'll never have to fight another Eastern faction again that uses them. Think that is the enemy general dead. Yep. But yeah, answer me that, YouTube. Answer me that. Why doth thou playeth as a female when thou ith a male on a role-playing game or an MMO or something like that? Just out of interest. Is it for the reasons I've mentioned? Boobs? Want to trick other guys that play into thinking you're a girl to just, I don't know, toy with them or something like that? You know, not that I'm like the MMO or RPG police. You play whatever sex you want, whatever gender you want. I just generally want to know if there was something I've been missing out on all these years by not playing as a female. I always like to play as... Actually, Guild Wars 2. Love that game. Still play it now. And the thing is, with Guild Wars 2, the original Guild Wars, you only had one faction or one kind of race you play as, which was humans. And people really like Guild Wars 2 because there's 5 factions you can choose from. And some of them look different, some of them are big cats and things like that. Same with Skyrim, actually, all the different races in that. The thing with me is, I'm kind of picky. I actually like looking human, so I only ever choose the human factions, and I only ever choose to kind of play as a guy in them. Am I missing out on something? But it's just, I think it's the thing that I like to look normal, which is weird, because in a fantasy game, you should be able to look however you want. We're going to continue this a little bit so my cavalry can mop up the enemy a smidge, and I'm just going to get my cannons to stop firing. But yeah, am I missing out on something beyond that, or should I really try and push myself to play as like an orc or one of those cat things in Skyrim, which his names I forget. I know they begin with a K, but I don't know how to say it, and I don't want to embarrass myself further. But yeah, honestly, that'd be a really interesting thing. Also, I should say, if you because I've just hit 50,000 subscribers, which again, thank you very much, one and all. I'm running kind of an AMA and Ask Me Anything, which if you go to my 50,000 Hear Me Roar subscriber video, which is on my channel, you can find it easily. It's got a big thumbnail that says 50,000 subscribers. It's in the battle there. Then if you post a question on that video and on that video only, I will choose kind of my top 10, top 15 on that video and do next Sunday a reply to those AMAs, those Ask Me Anythings. So, and I'll do it quite creatively, hopefully, with some nice special effects and editing. So I only lost 117 there. Back to Empire anyway, back to the Let's Play. Again, I try not to do too much kind of updating in my videos, but it is a casualty of war that I have. Notifying about other things, because anyone else that watches this in a week's time will be like, oh, this Sunday, and be like, no, the video's already done. So apologies for that, but anyway. Lionheart's rambling. Lionheart's getting excited. Mainly because I'm actually looking forward to reading those reasons that you guys put together, actually. Okay, that's all I can do this turn, I think, in terms of money. Ah, no, I can move this army along, which is coming over here. It's going to push towards Punjab. We're going to pin it, we're going to pin Punjab between my two armies. That's a mouthful. Pin Punjab between my two armies. And now all the armies are moving away from Hindustan, so that'd be the perfect time to attack. But in fact, they brought these forces out here. I have this army here, which is replenishing, which then can push out, which will be good. My forces are here. I think I was gathering forces from all around the world, wasn't I? I was staging ground, that's what I was doing. Ah, yes, we have the howitzers there. Where are the cavalry being recruited? That is the big question. That is the big question, and nobody thought to bring the cavalry in on it, eh? Well, let's bring all the cannons and what have you. Let's marshal our forces here at the river bend. We've got... how many infantry have we got? 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. Let's bring them. Let's bring that one. Chuck all them into an army. I can't enlist a general, but enlisting a general, and then there is space for 4 units of cav, which I now cannot recruit, but I'm going to, so I'm going to cancel one of those things that I was upgrading earlier because it is rather imperative that I do actually upgrade, or rather get cavalry now. There we go, East India Company cavalry. Let's get 2 normal ones and then 2 lancers. That will do just fine. Let's bring my rake up here and let's pop him into this army here if we can infiltrate. We've got a 65% chance. He could well die, but let's find out. He has successfully infiltrated, which is good. We can see the forces there, nothing to really worry about. This is the force we need to worry about. The guys in here as well, which I want to just kind of we were bringing up the lifeguards. That's what we were doing. Bring up the lifeguards, and obviously there's more. We could get more lifeguards actually. So let's just do that. Let's just cancel the cav here. Cancel the cav. Let's get more lifeguards. And I'm going to recruit more because I'm going to start building up another army after this. So next turn we can send all these lifeguards over here, and this army will have to push up this way. So let's start moving it that way. Plus general, we're all good. Let's end the turn. Away we go. Austria, what'th thou doing? What is France doing there with an army? It does perplex me sometimes. I would like to, if I could communicate with the AI and be like, what are you doing? And they're going, well, we just felt like going over here. You know, there's no real reason. I think we came here trading for carrots or something, just to find out why. It would be wonderful if you could have like a visual, not visual actually, a vocal output for the AI sometimes. It's going like, oh, for crap's sake, did you have to take that territory there? I was just computing everything I needed to do to move that army there to counter you, and you've already countered me. And it now sort of then does 5 moves at the same time and says, sort of, deal with that, you douche player. Yeah, come on. And then when you do beat them, they just probably go into a series of like depression, which is perhaps why the Total War AI, at least at release, never gets any better, because it's still depressed from how badly you beat it before. Perhaps it's not about the Creative Assembly being unable to code it or something like that. Perhaps it is that they code it well, and it works fine on their systems, and it's good because they're like, yeah, we're gonna work well for the developer. They made us, yeah, we're gonna show off we're good, yeah. And then the moment they get to the player, they go, oh, quickly scanned your save files of what you've played before, or yeah, we saw your YouTube channel. Yeah, we went into the files of your computer. You beat all of our friends, all the other Total Wars that you've ever owned. You didn't just beat them, you destroyed them, and you made fun of it on YouTube. You mocked us. So we're just going to be depressed and crap. It's not going to kind of. Maybe we need to tease it into saying, no, don't be depressed. Get even, get mad, get angry at us, and then we'll get enslaved by Total War games. Anyway, I think that was enough ramblings. There's probably some of you going to go, has Lionheart had too much sugar or something like that? But no, I've just kind of got into a good flow of speech. I've started speaking quickly. When that happens, I'm normally engaged about something, which is pretty good actually. There we go. Toned it down. And some of you have been saying I'm completely ignoring America at the moment. That is correct. I am completely ignoring America. Mainly because I want to. Mainly because I just want to leave America alone right now. I don't want to get involved there. And that should have been a church school. Church school away! Yeah, I'm going to focus on America when I have time. Cork! Let's make that. They're going to be Catholic over here, aren't they? So let's make you a church school. Haha. Mysore, we have another agent, another missionary. Let's upgrade that now. Look at the money we've got incoming. It is insane, over the top, crazy amount. So we pulled it back from the edge. It just took me a few turns to do it. The female soldier. And we're slowly bringing Protestantism to the colonies, to India, and we're going to upgrade all these commercial ports now to improve our economy. Right. These guys here, it takes 2 turns for them, doesn't it? Bugger. Well, let's start recruiting line infantry. That gives this a chance, I guess, for this army to actually move up here. Although they won't be the ones striking at them. They've brought this army down, and actually, that's the one I'd like to put my agent in. My agent's up here. Need to jump him out. We need to jump him down here. Infiltrate, which he's not going to get to this turn. keep replenishing all of these guys here. We could upgrade that, but they'll probably raid it very quickly. So let's not do that. Let's move this army up here where they've actually reduced some of their forces, and Persia has suddenly turned up with an army to help out its friends, which is nice. And they're bringing another army in from over here, so it's a good thing I'm bringing up my army. Hindustan is still open for the taking. I'm bringing up that force there. Let's get cracking on yet another infantry force, because I have a jolly good feeling we're going to need it. I could have recruited lifeguards from here, but it seems we've already got some troops. Why not? Because we lost my army with all the Highlanders in it, didn't we? Yes, we did. They got killed last time, unfortunately. So we need a new Highlander army, really. But we don't have time to bring any more over from England, so we'll have to make do with what we have access to. So let's recruit some more infantry. No, let's not do it there. Actually, if we're going to recruit anything, it should be here. This is a good centre in the map. I could pop over a few troops from here. These guys need some more infantry generally. They look okay. They're all good there. And next time we can bring these chaps over. So I think again that's all we can do for now. So let's end the turn again, and then we'll wrap up this part. So don't forget to check out my 50,000 subscriber video, which again, massive thanks guys. Thanks for viewing my content. Thanks for subscribing. Please, keep doing it if you enjoy it, and be sure to give the video a thumb up. And back to my usual scheduling now. Obviously, the other videos probably should have hinted at that, but yes, my elbow is still fractured, but I'm able to record now. No pain, no gain. But no, it's not hurting that much at all now. Especially when I record, I've got it up on a nice pillow. Everything else though, still got the sling. But yes, and yes, for those of you that I'm probably making these announcements and you're watching this video kind of not after the first few days where it's been uploaded, sorry for the out of context links to other videos and what have you. My apologies there. It's something I do, which I'm trying to cut back on. But for this, it's kind of a landmark, 50k. Although perhaps when you watch this video, it'd be interesting to see how many subscribers I have then if you're watching in like a couple of months, maybe in a year's time. Be interesting. What will I be? What level of subscribers will I be at? And the Mughals are actually making a push back, which is not fair. I totally had you guys on your last legs, and I didn't push on you when I should have done. I probably should have done it as I was cleaning up the marathons. You guys did tell me I should watch them. You did tell me, so now I've got to see this away. Thankfully, I've got the money to keep building more troops though, because I've taken out the marathons. I do have the money just to go attack. Hispaniola, we have a new port here. Let's build a trading port, and then let's get back to India. We'll look at. I promise I will look at America in the next part. And then I probably won't look at it again until like part 50 or something like that, which is not that many parts away. We're still replenishing the last few here, but we could probably take out this army next time, which my rake is going to try and infiltrate quickly. I was going to end straight away, but I'm already addicted to playing more. So he didn't manage to get in there, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. We're going to push up with this force here. It looks like they're going towards Kashmir, or they're pulling their forces towards the northern border. They have brought yet another force down, which is a little bit depressing. Should have started replenishing them as well. Build some infrastructure there. Could get Gurkhas, but no. We need to push and take them out at the capital. They won't actually spawn too many defensive troops. We could probably do it, but we need to distract this army here or pull these down here. So let's attack them here. Let's try and draw them out. This army here we will push out and attack next time with. This army here, well, let's actually start cutting in now, because we are dealing with cavalry. I'm going to be sending 4 units over. Plus I will gift them with a general to look after. Jarvis Egan. Yes, he'll be the man to save India, I tell you. So pull them all there, upgrade that. That army's there, then probably we can move on Hindustan while they're pushing forces south down here. Again, I don't... The issue, the reason why they've been able to reform is because they still have Hindustan and they still have Punjab, where it's actually reasonable sized cities. Don't mind them having Malwa. Malwa can't do much, and it's not really earning me a huge, or not earning them a huge amount of money, so that's fine. So let's build up some more troops here. Just spam out another grouping. Actually, no. Let's have a look at how many I actually recruited. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, recruited 7 there. 10. 10 we have in total, and this army is actually, it's probably a good idea if we put them out here. I'm just gonna send them outside to form up this army. So there we go. You got 10 of them. Let's get 2 grenadiers at least, 2 lifeguards, 2 howitzers. We're going to go for howitzers here. So that's another 6 plus a general 7. Well, we should probably throw. We could probably throw in another life. Oh no, we can only recruit a few more of them anyway. So let's save them for another army. So then we'll put East India Company Cavalry, East India Company Cavalry, East India Company Cavalry. Although someone was telling me I should get dragoons because they're very good at using them. Not only for obviously their public order bonus, but you can flank round with them and then drop guys off and hit them in the side. But anyway, we will look at the choices of dragoons and what have you next time. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do remember to comment, rate, subscribe. We will be attacking this army next time. As always, hope you enjoyed. 50k. Thank you guys. Ciao for now.